Hello YouTubers, Happy New Year's Day, and welcome to another Disney Pixar Cars diecast review. Today is the first day of 2025, and we're going to take a look at all the variations of Doc Hudson. Before we get right into the review for each variant, let's dig right into the retrospective. Doc Hudson is a 1951 Hudson Hornet who was once a racing legend known as the Fabuloushudsonhornet, and also was once the judge and medical doctor of Radiatorsprings and the mentor and crew chief of Lightning McQueen. According to his backstory, he originally used to live in Thomasville, which he had made friends with his fellow Thomasville legends, which include Smokey and his fellow racing legends, Junior Midnight Moon, Louise Nash, and River Scott, who I unfortunately don't have. In 1951, Doc made his Pistoncup debut at Thomasville Speedway. During his first race, he outsmarted a rookie named Leroy Hemming, who I unfortunately don't have, by doing a 360-degree flip over him as he had won the race, and would go on to win 3 consecutive Pistoncup championships in 1951, 1952, and 1953. And he even performed the power slide maneuver. Then came the 1954 Pistoncup season at Fireball Beach, of which he lost control as he barrel rolled crash, which had resulted in his racing career being jeopardized, and had changed everything. When he was finally fully recovered, he went back to the racing world, but then they told him that he was history and had already been replaced by the next rookie standing in line, which was a lot left of him, but never got a chance to show it. So he cut himself off and left Thomasville, and he then left his racing days behind by finding a nice town called Radiatorsprings. He even met, and while trying to find a town where he could slow down, he met a red British car named Philip. As the years went by, Doc Hudson was respected as a judge and medical doctor by the other townsfolk of Radiatorsprings. Then in 2005, Doc's racing days would never be left behind forever, all thanks to a rookie race car by the name of Lightning McQueen. When Lightning arrived on the scene, Doc ordered him out of town, but then Sally begged Doc to reconsider, but then refused. So Sally decided to remind the rest of the townsfolk if the road wasn't repaired, they would lose more business. To which Doc Hudson had no choice but to change his mind reluctantly, and then sentence Lightning McQueen to work with Bessie. And after the road was paved over, but in a sloppy way, Doc ordered Lightning McQueen to scrape off and start over. But after hearing that he was a race car, he decided to challenge Lightning to a one-lap race around Willie's Butte, to which Doc Hudson had won when Lightning McQueen lost control and fell into a cactus patch. Later on, the next day, he coached Lightning McQueen turn right to go left, to which Lightning McQueen took Doc's advice far too literally. The following day, as Lightning waited for Doc to give him his ration of gas, he found a newspaper clipping showing Doc Hudson as a race car, known as the Fabuloushudsonhornet, and his 3 Pistoncup championships. But Doc caught him, much to Lightning's surprise, and kicked him out of his garage. Later that evening, Lightning found Doc with his old racing tires at Willie's Butte as he watched him make the turn that he had missed. When Doc found that he was being watched, he tried to hide from Lightning, but Lightning followed as he wasn't willing to let it go. When Lightning questioned Doc Hudson that how could a car like him quit at the top of his game, Doc Hudson revealed his past and how the racing world had betrayed him. The next day, when Doc Hudson and Mater saw that the road was finished, Doc didn't seem to mind Lightning McQueen being gone, much to the sadness of most of the townsfolk. Well, sadness as well. But however, when he saw that Lightning McQueen was getting brand new white wall tires, Doc just grunted, and I thought he was just thought that he was jealous just because he had white walls. Don't you? Let me know in the comments down below. So anyhow, Doc Hudson decided to call the press, which were trying to find Lightning. And later that night, while the other townsfolk were cruising down Main Street, a swarm of paparazzis led by Corey Turbowitz came flooding in. Then who should come to Lightning's rescue is none other than Mac. When Mac and the paparazzis left with Lightning, Corey Turbowitz thanked Doc, much to Sally's shock when she found out, and the rest of the townsfolk's dismay. And I think that was a mistake for Doc to kick Lightning out of Radiatorsprings. Don't you? during the tiebreaker race of the 2005 Piston Cup season, Doc and most of the townsfolk pulled up as Lightning McQueen's new pit crew, and he then became his crew chief. And at the final lap of the race, he witnessed Chick Hicks ramming Strip the King Weathers off of the track, causing him to go airborne and then barrel roll crash. As the crash itself reminded Doc of his crash. I mean, a correction in Doc that also inspired the King, as they are both racing legends and had a career ending, and both had a crash before their racing careers had ended. However, we saw that Lightning McQueen pushed the King over the finish line. He was highly impressed, and also heard that what he had said from Lightning McQueen the other day about that the Piston Cup trophy was just an empty cup. He then congratulated Lightning for his display of sportsmanship. Then during the epilogue, he became Lightning McQueen's mentor, and they went out for a drive at Willie's Butte. In Mater and the Ghost Light, he was seen at Flo's VA Cafe amongst the other townsfolk, listening to a ghost story from Sheriff, and was also present when he and the other townsfolk revealed that they were pulling a ghostly prank on Mater. Aside from being Lightning McQueen's mentor and winning 3 Piston Cup championships in 2006 and between 2007 and 2009, Doc Hudson had been through many adventures, such as giving Lightning McQueen a racing lesson at Willie's Butte, participated in the Radiatorsprings Grand Prix, which was Lightning's dream. Participated in a private racing lesson with Lightning McQueen against Fred, Barry, and Philip, whose diecast was never released, but had to be customized. But I'm afraid between you and me, that's another story. And Doc even supported Lightning during the opening and construction of Radiatorsprings' own racetrack, known as Radiatorsprings Speedway. And even setting up his very own racing academy, known as the Doc Hudson Racing Academy, using Lightning as the instructor to participate in the Race-O-Rama series against Chick Hicks and his racing academy. In 2009, tragedy struck as Doc Hudson had died. The circumstances remains unknown. Then in 2011, the Piston Cup was renamed in Doc's honor. During his diecast releases, he has been released countless times in singles, 2-packs, and multi-packs. But his main release, out of all the rest, is his regular variant, which is the classic variant with the dark blue paint and the white wall tires. And now, without any further ado, let's dig right into the review for each one of them. First, we're going to start off with his regular variant. Here we have his happy facial expression, the chrome silver gray front bumper and grille, the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, the circular headlights, the dark blue paintwork, the single side view mirror, and on both sides we got the Hornet logo and the silver trimming, the white wall tires, no tampos, and on the back we got the red taillights and the chrome silver gray back bumper, and on the trunk we've got the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted. And on the undercarriage it says Disney/Pixar, made in Thailand, Mattel, Hudsonhornet, which is also copyrighted. And that is it for the normal Doc Hudson. Up next is Doc Hudson in his fabulous paint job. Here we have, again, we have the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, chrome silver gray grille for the mustache and the front bumper, circular headlights, dark blue paint job. And on the hood, we've got the word Twin H Power on both sides of the hood. And on both sides, we've got the red rims on the black wall racing tires and the words Dirt Track Racer on each one of them. The old school Pistoncup logo, the Hornet logo in the silver trimming, the words Fabuloushudsonhornet and the yellow number 51, the single side view mirror, and on the top we've got the yellow number 51 on each side and the word Hudsonhornet in white. And on the back side we've got the red taillights and the chrome silver gray back bumper, the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, and the Hornet logo, which is also copyrighted, on the trunk. And on the undercarriage it says Mattel, Disney/Pixar, made in Thailand. And that is it for Doc Hudson and his fabulous paint job. Up next is Doc Hudson but with the mix of his classic and racing variants. Here we've got the chrome silver gray grille, the front bumper, circular headlights, and Hudson logo. No tampos on the hood, just the side view, single side view mirror. And on both sides we've got the Hornet logo, which is copyrighted, his door, red rims on the black wall racing tires, and the silver trimming. No tampos on the top, none from front to back. And on the back we got the red taillights and the trunk, the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, the chrome silver gray back bumper. And on the undercarriage it says Hudsonhornet, which is copyrighted, Disney/Pixar, Thailand. And that is it for Doc Hudson with the racing tires. Up next is Doc Hudson in his racing variant, but with the headset when being Lightning McQueen's crew chief. Here we have the chrome silver gray grill for the mustache, his happy facial expression, the front bumper, Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, circular headlights, the dark blue paint job, the words 20H power on both sides of the hood, the headset, and the microphone. And on both sides, we've got the red rims on the black wall racing tires, the Pistoncup logo, old Pistoncup logo, the words Fabuloushudsonhornet, the Hornet logo, which is copyrighted, his door, yellow number 51. And on the top, we've got the yellow number 51 on both sides, and the words Hudsonhornet in white. And on the back, we got the red taillights, chrome silver gray back bumper, the Hudson logo, which is copyrighted, and the Hornet logo, which is also copyrighted, on the trunk. And on the undercarriage, it says Hudsonhornet, which is copyrighted, Disney/Pixar, China. And that is it for pit crew member Doc Hudson. And last but definitely not least is Decked Out Doc Hudson from the Christmas-themed Cars book, Matersaveschristmas. Well, here we have his happy facial expression, the chrome silver gray grill for the mustache, the front bumper, circular headlights, and the Christmas wreath with the red ribbon. No tampons on the hood, just the dark blue paintwork, the side view mirror, and the Santa Claus hat. And on both sides, we've got the Hornet logo, which is copyrighted, his door, the red rims on the white wall tires. And on the back, we've got the red taillights, the chrome silver gray back bumper. And on the trunk, we've got the Hudson logo and the Hornet logo, which both are copyrighted. And on the undercarriage, it says Disney/Pixar, Hudsonhornet, which is copyrighted, made in Thailand. Made in Vietnam. And that is it. All the variations of Doc Hudson. So what do you guys think? Which Doc Hudson variant is your favorite? For me, mine's personally regular Doc Hudson. And have you enjoyed the previous year, 2024? And what are your plans for the new year, 2025? Let me know what you think, as well as leaving suggestions in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And also, don't forget to check out some of my other videos on my channel. And I hope to see you guys next time for another review, so please stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year's Day. Goodbye now.